It is said that wars are only won upon the anvil of honor.
Others believe victory requires strategy and a mastery of power.
War is deception. A game played best from the shadows.
Only strength and raw power can assure total dominance.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow gamers, fellow Lordaeron Aftermath players, I present to you what may be the balance list or balance patch that may come in the future. More on this list may be added in the future, but the people on Gamer Isle has been working on a balance thread, making a big thread or suggestions about what can be done to balance out Lordaeron the Aftermath more, because we know Lordaeron Aftermath is a bit unbalanced. We know certain things are, but maybe this list will give you some hope. And from what I read, I love this. Alright, I just love this. So we're gonna go through everything. Then you can comment on it in below if there's certain things you think should be addressed, or if you something you just agree with. But here we go. This is gonna be a long one, okay? Okay. So the Blood of the Sorceress is third spell. Summons a weaker version of a mana ray. It should not be stronger than the arcane elementals. That seems very good. I have not used that third spell, or if this is a new spell that has been added. Eridar Sorceress, Parasite summons a weaker version of a Void Walker. It should not be stronger than a Skeleton Warrior. Excellent, we've seen how that could go. The rate of mana per hit point observation of the Eridar Sorceress mana shield reduced from 1 to 1.75, and the maximum observation reduced to 0.5. They will still have 1050 HP and set up to 1500 HP if Balnassar is around, and they'll have still have stronger they'll still have magical damage stronger than usual cast units, so I don't think that this will nerf them to the ground, which is okay, it seems reasonable. The summon portal could use 3 to 5 seconds casting time. That is excellent. Splash damage removed from the Eridar Sorceress, very nice. Dragon Mass, Black Dragon's Whelps gets attack upgraded by 8. It gives them 31 to 80 attack on level 6. I know that Dragon Mass should have strong units since they're solo, but hey, they can join the Legion and keep those OP whelps. A flying unit that costs 21 gold shouldn't do 80 damage no matter how hard you look at it. Very good. Flying Machine's attack and attack speed buffed to be the same as the Black Dragon whelps. This gives dwarves a chance to counter the aerial that Dragon Ma or others have. The Ghoul's attack upgrades with only 2. It should at least be the standard 3. Same with zombies, the Worgen, Dalaran Construct, the Dark Iron Golems, the Wretched, Fell Elves, the Fell Elves, Fell God. I scrolled through the entire set of LT units after discovering that scaling in the Black Dragon whelps. Fell Blood needs to be nerfed. It heals a whole army for 600 instantly. It also heals the casters, so they recover 400. So they recover the 400 damage they take from the casting of the spell. They they actually get healed for 200 HP. It should be nerfed to 100 HP heal per cast and make the damage taken 600. So they lose 200 HP from casting the spell. Very nice. I love that. The Fell Blood, which is on the Fell Elves and Dragon Man, needs to be nerfed, as you may see. Wildhammer Shamans gain abolish in addition to the 3 normal spells. Very nice. Earthren Ring summons get their magic immunity removed. They get a heavy armor and 50% magic damage reduction. Very nice. They shouldn't be nerfed too much to the ground, as we just see what happened here. Horde doesn't need Ice Mist Village to get a Tanuka anymore, which is nice. I mean, because when you go to Northrend, it's most likely going to get destroyed rather quickly if you're not in control. That's how I see it. Melita Archers attack scales the same way as other archers, plus 4 to the max damage instead of 3. Forsaken Archers scale with 3-2, but those seem to be okay. Scarlet Priest's Sealess Rage is considered as bonus for the 4th spell, and they get the Healing Wave as the 3rd spell. They should also get plus 100 hit points, sorry. Reincarnation of Paladins should only be available while in the Scarlet Crusade. The Paladins are too strong compared to the other elites. They have a heal. They have a heal and an AoE. Death Knights only have a heal and some extra damage on attack plus frost attack. Reincarnation is just too strong spell. Maybe buff their healing a bit to compensate. Very nice, because I absolutely hate the Reincarnation of Draenei Paladins in the endgame. Oh, it is so annoying. Sally becomes survivable if Scarlet Monastery is still up. Very cool to see that. Ralph Morgan becomes survivable if you control Stratholme. Mal'Ganis is revivable if the Scarlet Onslaught still stands. So this gives Scarlet a more chance in the game, rather than losing all the heroes one by one. I think that's a very cool thing to do. I know that currently we want to make heroes more unrevivable, but the Scarlet doesn't have any allies. A group of semi-revivable heroes wouldn't be too OP when you're solo, not to mention that keeping control over all those buildings will be quite hard. Which is of course a fair argument to why they should be revivable, or the certain ones are revivable. Scarlet ones would never get killed though, that's a problem. Argent Dawn is unavailable for as long as there's three as long as the alliance has 3 members. Now this means if you wanna go Argent Dawn, and say everyone is in the alliance still, dwarves, blood elves, and the other one, then you can't. Simple as that. But let's say dwarves and blood elves leave, then you can go. Then it's no problem. All the Legion alliances becomes pacts. They should type pact for blood elves, pact Dragonmaw, Risen to offer to Silverhand, of course. Or another solution is they have to research like on the pre-summon Kill Jaden, and of course offer pact to blood elves, Dragonmaw, or the Risen. And of course there's some text here which what happened with that. So let's move on, and this is one for trolls actually, which is actually something cool. Sorry, I have nothing to drink and my throat is dying soon, so I'm good, there's not much more. After having gone War of the Animal Gods, trolls get a research called Animal Gods Essence, which imbues the troll warriors with the essence of the animal gods, increasing HP of all troll units by 200 and have the damage by 5, which seems reasonable. They're going solo, and let's face it, troll armies are just bad in this game. No offense, but they just die more quickly than other armies, from what I've seen. The summoning spells of the Twilight Disciple should have its casting time reduced to 2 instead of 4. All Flamestrike / Blizzard like abilities have their damage reduced by 35%, or heroes can only level their AoE spells once each 4 levels, meaning that you'll get the spell at level 1, 5, 9 and 13, creating a nice reason for people to start getting into battles instead of camping and reducing the impact of AoEs, unless you let all your AoE unless you let all your opponent's AoE users get to 13, in which case they would have deserved their AoE output, which is good because let's take this example. I mean, Blooders need their AoE with a Flame Strike on Kel'Thas when they defend against Scourge. That is a reasonable thing, and you know, some others need this as well, but having it reduced is a fair thing because it does a lot of damage. It can destroy stuff, and of course Blizzard. Now this one is very interesting, which I preferably like a lot. Wise Keystone shouldn't even be a thing. All Wise Council gets replaced with Brilliance or a themed for the heroes. Balnazzar will get something like Fell Energy or something. I think the Wise Council is causing far too many problems and is very hard to balance. It simply makes your army have infinitive mana, which is ridiculous. I think that only Ronin should keep a nerfed version of the spell. Verdant Spear gets nerfed so it only gives 80 mana when used. Ronin's Wise Council gets nerfed so that it only gives 120 mana when used. This will also solve the problem of spamming Demonesses using Wise Council and sending on charming missions. As if the charm on them was never nerfed. Okay. So that is very cool that we're moving Wise Council, because we know Kel'Thuzad has one, Balnazzar, and of course Ronin. Is there any more heroes that has Wise Council? I can't think of it at the moment. But I mean, it makes more fair that Ronin should have it. It's like an arcane spell-ish thing, and you know, the mages and all that. But it's a nerfed one, which is better. Bind Abominations cost reduced to reduced 200 from 200. Cripple cost reduced from 85, 285 from 175. Infernals should have 50% magic reduction, making them only take 1.5 more damage from magical damage. They are only limited at 6 units and are only gotten into Azeroth if Legion can manage to keep up the portals open. And I think that as a reward, they shouldn't melt that fast AoE slash magical versus AoE slash magical damage, which is very fair because I've used them in Infernals myself, but they just melt away so easily. The Worgen Nightbanes, Gilneas Knights, are limited to 8. They cost more than Abomination but deals less damage, full upgraded, and have less HP, 144 versus 1525. They need an HP buff so that it becomes 1600 or 1700 after Worgen upgrade. And maybe a cleave or bash, and the Worgen are supposed to specialize in melee, which makes sense, but I'm a little bit afraid of the cleave, alright? I don't think that should be a thing. Same thing for Druids of the Site, it costs the same as Abomination, but has lower HP and lower attack. That doesn't upgrade as good as an Abomination. Sure, they have Taunt, Roar and Thick Skin, but that just makes them as good as Abominations, considering the lower HP and attack, and the Abomination's Explosion slash Royal Pottery, Blight. Not to mention they are limited. Okay, that's cool. Worgen doesn't have a spammable melee unit, nor ranged unit, actually, but I guess that having two types of 8 limited units and elite should be enough, provided they get buffed or at least better than Abominations. The spammable unit, which Worgen has an attack that scales horribly, as mentioned in previous note. I cannot speak today. I just can't do it. Druids of the Site should be trained from Barracks and Fairy Dragons from Arcane Sanctum as long as Purple controls the Tree of Tel'Daran. Makes sense, that is fair. Legion should only be able to take control of Garithos if the Dreadlord is higher level than Garithos, and the mind control should be given to Deathrock, not balance rated, but I added it since I talked about Garithos anyway. I really like this because that gives Silverhand a chance to use Garithos without being afraid of being mind controlled and given to Legion. If he can get Garithos higher level than Deathrock in this case, then he doesn't need to worry about it, which is very cool. And giving it to Deathrock, it's more lore rated as well, more lore related as well. The Echo Dome should be nerfed, future in Lumber generation, and should have more HP and armor. Yeah, I have nothing to say there. Shadow Sword Summoners can summon a 600 unit with feedback. I think that should be nerfed to the level of a summon arcane elemental. So there you go. That is what may be our potential balance patch in the future, which I very like because we need it. We need a balance patch. Now I want to know what you guys think, and I'm terribly sorry for how I'm speaking today. My throat is dying. I need something to drink, and I hope you enjoyed this patch list. There's going to be a link in the description to where you can find this thread on Gamer Island. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys. Bye bye.